it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for November 2024. So on November 11th, we have Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, money, moving out of Sagittarius energy and moving into Capricorn energy. So side note, if you are a believer in these numerological gateways, today being 11/11 and having Venus anchor into this Capricorn energy is definitely going to support some new heart activations. The 11/11 energy, if you are in alignment with that, can be very potent, can be very magical, and Venus in this Capricorn energy, being a cardinal earth sign, is definitely manifesting energy. So we do have a very, very good opportunity here today to get focused on what it is that we want to build and create, what we want to bring to life. So outside of that side note, first, let's just talk about the fact that Venus has been in Sagittarius energy. We have this major change of heart. We realize where it is that we need to kind of explore, experiment, if you will, with making some changes to our day-to-day lives, to our routines, our relationship dynamics, our money matters, the way that we support ourselves, the way that our overall realm and reality not only looks, but actually feels. Is that in alignment with this new version of self? So the Sag energy kind of gave us a little bit of optimism, gave us a little bit of confidence to kind of open our heart space up, abandon some of the attachments that we recognize was kind of holding us back and preventing us from actually breaking out of the old version of self's mold. So of course, as you know, we are in a closure chapter. We are in an ending, a finality chapter with a lot of the systems and cycles, not only in astrology, but just in our evolution. And because this new version of self is in a situation and a circumstance where we have to look back and see what the old version of self had built and created, a lot of this realization is coming out of the fact that we're not jamming with the same old people. We're not really getting down with doing the same old, same old. Thus, we need a little bit of spice. We need to kind of create a different vibe in our overall day-to-day life. So the Sag energy allowed us to dream the biggest dream possible. And of course, that is very good. That is very encouraging. But the thing about it is that we're kind of living in imaginary land. We're really looking at life through rose-colored glasses in that Sag energy. We're very hopeful, very wishful, and not that that's a bad thing, but what happens is that we shift into the Capricorn energy and suddenly we get a reality check. We realize what is actually achievable, what we actually want to pour our time, our energy, and attention into. And because of that, Venus in Capricorn energy, we're putting the business hat on. We are getting serious about our lives, about our future, about our happiness. And because of that, there is going to be a little bit of a withdrawal because, again, we have to kind of move inward, get very serious, tunnel vision focused on what needs to be done. First of all, to clear away the old, to create a space, a time and a place for these new aspects to actually be born into. So because we're business minded and because we're getting to the heart of what it is that we actually want to build and create, there is this let's get shit done type of mood and attitude. We're thinking about the long term. We're thinking about what we actually have power and control over here in this present moment to do, to adjust, to improve, to align us with that end goal, vision, and dream. So we're definitely future focused. We're definitely focused on new goals, new ambitions, new dreams that we absolutely want to start building towards. We are in a very focused disposition. We are only speaking on matters that actually matter. And when it comes to our relationship dynamics, when it comes to our emotions and our affections, there's probably going to be a cold, rigid wall put up around us because, again, we're really not open with our emotions. We want to kind of keep things to ourselves. We want to appear like we are, all good with everything and everyone, even though in our inner realm, there is a very intense debate going on as far as who and what needs to stay and needs to go. So when we're thinking about, let's call it our relationships, we're taking a little bit more of a traditional old-fashioned approach. The PDA, there's a time and a place for that, and it's not right now, and it's not in front of a bunch of people. We are looking for genuine connection. We are looking for things with value, okay? So the Capricorn energy and the Venus energy, yes, worth and value. That can come from self-esteem, self-worth. It can come from the connections that we have, the worth and value that we see in other people, in certain activities. There's a whole list of things that we are changing our priorities and values and worth to kind of orient with what new wants, needs, and desires we actually want to pursue. So we're a little bit guarded with our emotions, with our affections. We're a little bit reserved, if you will, to move into the ooey gooey, because again, you'll hear it a lot of times, there's no room for emotions in business. And that's very much a Venus and Capricorn way to go about doing things. So unless we're expressing our feelings on what needs to happen, we're probably going to keep a lot to ourselves. And where money matters are concerned, we have growing goals and ambitions under this Capricorn energy. We want long-term safety and security, either in the people that we're dealing with, in our finances, in our budget, or in our ability to create more resources to ensure that we are going to have a better future than maybe the present day. Either way, we are pushing the boundaries of our comfort zone in order to grow into a certain level of abundance. And again, we see that manifest in many, many different ways. So we're going to take a little bit of a low, slow, steady approach to what it is that we're doing here. Again, the Capricorn energy, we take very little movement. The movements, the steps that we do take are well thought out, carefully strategized. We are taking one step at a time. And it is going to really test the patience of a lot of people because, again, we haven't found where to buy patience on Amazon. Okay, not many people were born with that virtue, and we have yet to be able to locate it. So it does really test how passionate we are about making those changes. It's going to test our discipline, our willpower, and side note, when we talk about willpower and discipline and we talk about structures and building new things, we have to understand that Saturn, the Lord of Karma, who rules over all of those things, rules over the Capricorn energy that Venus is moving into. And of course, in a couple of days, again, please listen to the November energy forecast if you haven't done so already. We have Saturn going direct, which is going to help us build structures and foundations in our belief system, because that's realistically where we start manifesting is out of what we believe we deserve or are worthy of. And then, of course, we have Venus in this Capricorn energy willing to take action here in the materialistic realm to bring some of those goals, visions, and dreams into form. So it's definitely going to be a low, slow, steady pace in realizing who and what needs to stay, needs to go. It is also going to be a little bit of a serious and somber time on realizing what we actually deem to be and who worthy of our time, energy, and attention. And again, a lot of the visual, the fantasies, the imagination that we are putting into creating the goal, vision, and dream that we actually want to manifest in comparison to our present moment, a lot of people, places, and things aren't coming with us. Thus, the completion chapter that we're currently in, the elimination chapter that we're currently in, we have to remove a lot of people, places, and things before we have the space to build new aspects. So this is definitely going to be a very grounded, anchored approach to what has changed in our heart space and what new wants, needs, and desires we need to pursue.